at delivery and you darted up. This Kim from Seal Beach says, "Do you remember me? We had a good time in your cousin's car in 1980. So can you explain that night, please? You're right in the middle of talking about it."
She grabbed my nuts. We slam danced a little bit more on the main floor. And then after the stream, we went across the street, got into Sam's Toyota Celica, and fucked for hours upon hours. And I came 3 times inside a condom, threw the condom away, and then we went home to where he lives presently, and then dropped her off outside the whiskey the next morning. Came 3 times in one condom, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. But
Wait,
it was a little.
you didn't change
No,
condoms?
no, I didn't pull out. I stayed in.
Wow. So, how do I say this in a polite way?
Got hard, got soft, got hard, got soft, got hard, got soft.
But this,
Yeah.
but the contraception stayed on you.
Yes. Because it was a non-lubed condom. It was one of those red condoms.
And you didn't bother to take it off and then put a new one on?
No.
Why not?
No. Because. No need. Oh, boy.
And you haven't heard from her since, or you guys kept in touch, or what?
I haven't stayed in contact with her since. No, I have not been in touch with this girl since. Haven't seen her, haven't spoken to her, haven't done anything with her since that evening, May 29th, 1980. Didn't even know her.
Did you tell your cousin what happened?
He was there.
He was in the car?
He was standing outside the car.
So he knew what you were doing in his car and he waited for you?
Of course he knew what I was doing in his car.
Wow. How did this work? Like, did you say, "Sam, can I borrow your car?" Or did he just offer it?
He just allowed it to happen.
But you said you were in there for
We're
hours.
outside the car. You know where the Arco station is across the street from the whiskey? Which is now just a...
No, I don't. But for argument's sake, let's say I do.
Oh, yes, you do when you're on Sunset. The gas station right across the street from the whiskey.
Where's the whiskey?
Duh.
Where's the whiskey?
On Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
And I believe the cross street is Clark Street.
Okay, sure. Okay, so yes, I know what it is.
You know what it is.
Okay, so what's the point?
And the point is what we did, and thank you, and, you know,
what
night.
does me knowing the Arco station have to do with your story?
That's where the car was parked.
Okay, but my question is, okay, I don't like to get too graphic here, but you were having sexual relations with this Kim woman inside your cousin's car, correct?
Yes.
Back seat,
Yes.
front seat?
Passenger seat, the lumbar, the seat, you lay it down flat. And
so you're on top, I'm taking
the
it?
back.
You're on top?
Yes.
Okay. And you go you go 3 times in the course of a couple hours or a few hours?
Yes.
3 or 4 hours, would that be right?
3 hours.
3 hours, would say. And your cousin is standing outside the entire 3 hours?
He's standing off the car, smoking a joint. Of course, he allowed it to happen.
Right, but
he was nice about it.
But he's just standing outside for 3 hours while you have sex in his car?
Yeah.
Is he looking in at all?
Of course, a little bit.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I knowing your cousin the way I do a little bit, it seems very weird. So he's looking in to see his cousin on top of this Kim woman 3 times. Do I have the story right? That's what happened?
I just told it.
And this is before like smartphones. It's not like he's standing out there looking at his iPhone. What is he doing out there for 3 hours?
He's smoking a joint with some other guy.
It's got to be a pretty big joint to smoke for 3 hours.
I said he's smoking a joint with a couple other guys. Okay,
For 3 hours?
for a while,
Does he knock on the
for a
window and
couple
be like, "Hey
joints,
Perry,
whatever.
let's wrap it up"? Any of that?
No, he's letting me have my time.
Did your cousin join in? Did he tag team or?
No, he didn't join in. We went back to the house. His bedroom was downstairs at the big old apartment that my aunt and uncle had at the time, and it's now his today, where he manages the complex. Um,
Oh boy. Um, did you drive her home? Was she or how did it wrap up? How did it
the
end?
next morning, we allowed her to call home to Seal Beach, and I guess she had her dad pick her up.
The next morning, you allowed her to call home. Was she kidnapped?
She was not kidnapped.
Okay, it's a weird way
I
to
mean,
phrase
I
it.
mean, I mean, allowed her meaning we gave her a phone to use, let her know that
What,
she's
so
alive and safe.
my point is, when you were done after your third time, how did things wrap up? Like, did you just get out of the car and be like, "Okay, Sam, we're done now. Can you drive us all back?" Like, you all three of you rode in the car while he drove.
Um, I don't remember exactly how I ended with her. You know, after the third cum shot, I said I was done,
Oh God.
and then you know I'm see when I have sex, it's three cum shots. Then I'm done. Okay, I'm a three-peater.
Oh my God. Uh,
I'm a
okay.
three-peater, and then I'm done.
Right.
Now, so when I'm with the right girl, I'm a three-peater. I'm done. Um, Linda knows that very well. Eileen knows that very well. Kim knows that now. I mean, very well. Um, oh shit. We finished.
So this took 3 hours between the first time and the third time,
Give or take
and you're wearing the
two and a
same
half,
condom
3 hours.
the entire time. Never once did you
Yeah.
think to change the condom out.
No, no, I didn't even slow down.
And then when you were done, you somehow signaled, rolled down the window, opened the door,
No,
uh, and told, "Hey Sam, we're done." As you're pulling your pants up and everything like that. And then
I
who?
got up. I took
Here's
the
here's
condom
the
off.
real here's the real question: Who rides in the back seat? You or Kim?
I don't even remember, to tell you the God's honest truth. Wow, I don't even remember.
I hope you rode in the passenger seat because that would
I
be
think we both rode in the back seat.
okay. That's okay. That's
I think
acceptable
we
too.
both sat in the back seat. Yeah, I think him and I both sat in the back seat.
So your cousin. By the way, has Mark ever watched you have sex, or is it just Sam?
No, Mark was married at the time.
No, but I'm saying he has no story of watching you have sex.
No, he's got no. No, I'm not.
Okay, so
No,
Sam is the
Mark's
only.
way older than I am, and Mark and I
I
didn't
know
hang
this.
out like that.
Okay.
Mark and I never hung
Well,
out like
here, let me throw it back at you. Have you ever watched Sam have sex in the same situation? Did he have sex
no,
and you watched?
no.
Oh my God. I'm glad this is after 11 p.m. because this is family hours over. But wow, that's crazy.
Try after 2 a.m. because that's when the whiskey shuts down.
No, I'm saying right now it's after 11 East Coast time. So
Okay.
okay, so and I'm imagining the windows are completely fogged up.
Yeah, windows were fogged. Then I rolled down the windows a little bit.
So wow. All right, give me your rating on the scale of 1 to 10. How good was Kim?
My God, that was May 29th, 1980. We had fun. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I've been away from. Actually, I think she was the return fuck after my auto accident. Yeah, she was the first
She was the first
after
one
the auto
in.
accident.
Okay. How old were
Yeah,
you
she
in the
was the
audio
first.
accident?
16.
Really? So what age did you lose your virginity?
15 to a girl named Linda, Sam's old girlfriend that moved down the block from me in Palm Springs. I used to babysit her baby boy, and I used the toilet, came out. She brought me back into the bathroom and sat me on. She sat on the toilet with nothing, or sat me down in the toilet. We're making out a little bit. She sat me on the toilet, and then she sat on top of me and did the straddle.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, somebody in the chat said this is a PCL after dark. It's like very. That's a side road I wasn't expecting to take tonight. But okay, I'm trying to make sure we covered everything with the car thing because so your
Let me
cousin.
ask.
Go ahead.
Let me ask Kim. Does she want to see me again?
Right. Probably not in your cousin's car.
No, of course not. But I mean, now that it's fucking 40 years later, practically. Oh, yeah, yeah. 1980, 80, let's see. Yeah, 1980, May 29th, 1980. 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. That's 40 years, 42 years ago.
Somebody in the chat wants to know: did you eat her out while she took a shit?
Go fuck yourself.
That's a callback. Sorry. Okay, so
Yeah, you're not Gina Carano. You're not Jennifer Aniston. Same remark on Jen's. I don't even think Jennifer would make the remark like that to me.
okay, so
Gina.
so Sam basically stood outside his own car for 3 hours.
Yeah, he was getting high.
For 3 hours straight outside.
Sure.
And by the way, pot's very illegal in 1980. That's very risky to be smoking pot for 3 hours straight on Sunset Boulevard.
Of course. A lot of things were risky back in those days.
Yeah, including
We all did them.
including
We all
using the
did
same
them.
condom 3 times in a row. Okay, we're gonna move. I'm gonna put it to the audience. Any other questions right now from the gallery before we move on from this story? Because I realize this is one of those Perry stories that kind of come up every now and again, where we're all like, "Whoa, I just got hit with a sack of bricks."
Surprise,
So,
surprise. Yeah.
yeah, I'd never heard that one. I've heard a lot
Kim,
of the
it's
stories.
nice to hear from you again, and welcome to Perry Caravello Live.
That's a nice one.
Oh yeah, I remember fucking that guy on Sunset. Oh my god.
Okay, here's a great question. This is from the chat. Why would you have sex with her in the car if she was going to stay the night? That's so weird.
Well, we didn't know how long we were going to be together. Okay.
Okay.
We had no idea how long we were going to be together. If it was going to be, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and then goodbye, or a nice long stroll.
So you
It
didn't
was a
know
nice.
you didn't know
Yeah,
she'd be spending the night. Okay.
yeah. I didn't know I didn't know what was going to happen, and she was with us. So as she's with us for the amount of time she's with us, I think we left. Being outside of the Arco station back then at close to 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe. Yeah, it was
And you're
close
kind
to
of right on Sunset Boulevard. Like you're on Sunset Boulevard.
right on Sunset
I
Boulevard.
mean, aren't there police that pass by and see a fogged up car and a guy smoking weed outside? Doesn't that maybe look a little weird?
Back then, it was way different. Back then, it was way, 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 way different.
All right, another quick question from the chat. How old was Kim at the time? Please be over
I
18.
think 21, and I was 16.
All right, good enough. Wait, no, you weren't 16. It was you said it was.
I was 16. I was 16.
Really?
May 29th, 1980. I was 16.
Okay. Let's see.
Wasn't even 17 yet.
Somebody wants to know: did you keep the condom?
Oh, fuck yourself.
Okay, Perry, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, I will shoot the messenger. That's disgusting.
Somebody wants to know. I'm not even going to ask that. It's kind of gross. Here's a question. This is gross, but it's a fair question. Did the condom overflow at all since you used the same condom 3
No.
times?
No, the reservoir was big enough to hold what was in the reservoir.
Okay.
That was the red Trojan condoms have a great reservoir.
Here's a good one. Did Sam high five you after? If he didn't, he wasted the perfect opportunity. Did you high five Sam after you?
No, we didn't do stupid high fives, please.
Okay. Okay. Here's it again. We're gonna wrap up in a second, but I just want to spend a little time on this. Now, you went 3 times. How many times did Kim get off? Again, that's from the chat, not from me.
I would say at least six, if not nine.
Okay.
My suggestion is 6 or 9 times
All right.
because a woman comes at least twice to a man's first orgasm,
Okay.
possibly.
Mm-mm. All right. Sorry, just checking for any last minute questions. Uh, okay. Well, you kind of answered this, but did you stay hard for the entire 3 hours? The answer is no, right?
No, you don't stay hard for the entire 3 hours. You lose your boner, and you rest it a little bit, and you work it to where you get hard again, and that's where the next orgasm happens. Okay, takes a little working it to get it hard the second time, and as well as the third time.
Okay. Yeah. Did you high five Kim after sex? If you didn't high five Sam, did you high
I
five
high
Kim?
five nobody, you fucking moron.
Okay. Somebody
What
wants
are
to know.
you in elementary school, junior high, or high school? Did I high five anybody?
Somebody wants to know if we can call Sam and get his version of this story.
No, you're not gonna call Sam and get his version of the story.
Okay. And last question here. How did you keep the condom on?
It was a non-lubed condom. It stayed on.
Okay. Another question. Did Kim
I
vomit
said it
after?
was a Trojan Red. The
Okay.
Trojan Reds stay on.
Did Kim vomit afterwards? Somebody wants to know.
No, she didn't vomit. Stupid asshole.
Did Sam complain about the smell in the car afterwards?
I'm not answering that. That's just the stupidest fucking comment ever.
Okay. Okay. Last question. Last question. Uh, there's a lot of gross ones that I'm completely saying.
Move on.
I am. What did Kim do while you waited to get hard again? So in between the times, what were you guys doing? What was she doing?
We were fucking.
Right, but in between times, okay, I'm gonna
In
throw up.
between soft and hard, we were fucking.
All right, I gotta move on. Okay, that was PCL After Dark, and we now resume with regular programming. Okay, thank you for clearing up, Harry. Again, that's one of these stories that I've never heard before. They come out, I'd say once every
Every surprise.
3 to 5 months or so. There's a Perry story that comes out on the stream that no one's ever heard. All right, last question.
Yeah, well,
Where did Kim sleep when you went back to the house? That's the last
we
question.
all slept in back then when Sammy had a water bed. We all slept on the water bed.
So you, Sam, and Kim slept in the same bed together.
Same bed. Yes.
Now, was there any funny business going on once you got to bed?
No. He suggested, he asked me if he could, have sex with her, and I said no fucking way. He suggested, but that was it.
All right, maybe we're not done with PCL After Dark. Okay, I'm sorry. So Sam politely asked you, "Can I have a go at her?" Even though even though he knows that you just did that in his car.
Even though he knew that was my first time after Esther having sex, and of course, the first time after my auto accident, having sex. So Esther was Sam's girlfriend that moved down the street from my place in Palm Springs. Esther and I did it in '79. Okay. Surprisingly,
How
she was
old
my
was Esther? How old was Esther at the time?
30 and I was 15. Esther was 30. I was babysitting her kid, and that was Sam's on and off girlfriend. Um, and like I said, she lived down the block from me, closer to the junior high school than where I lived, because I lived
Okay.
on the corner.
Right.
Okay, and she lived like halfway down the street from the school. Okay,
Okay.
so then I would skateboard over or bike over, mostly skateboard down the block, and babysit her son for like 4 or 8 hours
But
in the day.
going back to the scenario where Kim is back at the apartment and you're all three, the three little bears are in the same bed. Sam actually, how did he put it to you? Did he pull you aside, or did he ask that while Kim was there? Like, was it? Well, let me ask that part first. How did he ask you?
And she was using the restroom when we got back to the apartments. He asked me if he could bang her, and
And
I
you said,
said no
"Hey,
way.
hey." Did Kim show any interest in him, or was she involved in this conversation?
She she was with she. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know. I don't even remember. She didn't act like she was showing interest in him. She went and used the toilet. Sam asked me if he could do his wild thing, and with her, and I said no.
How did he react to you saying no?
He I don't even remember. He was just cool about me getting laid, after my auto accident.
Right, but how? But again, he's looking. I don't know where to go with this. He took the news fine when you said when you shot him down. That was the
Yeah,
end of
he
it.
was happy to see me get some push.
Okay, so then she comes out of the bathroom and you just all go to sleep. There's nothing going on
We
with
all
you.
went to sleep for a couple hours.
Was she in the middle, or was Sam next to you? Or
I don't even remember. I don't remember.
well, you remember a lot of little details, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that you would remember that. Okay, I think I'm.
I might have been in the middle to make sure that he didn't get her.
Okay. All right. I think we're gonna wrap up. Does anybody else have any question about this? Again, this is a breaking Perry story I've never heard, so that's why we took a little detour on this one. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody joining late? Perry had sex with this girl Kim in
Second
1980.
time I had sex, and it was with her.
Second time he ever had sex in his cousin Sam's car on Sunset Boulevard.
Across the street from the Whiskey Go Go, outside the Arco gas station,
Yes.
back when it was called Arco
We could do a
Gas.
tour of it at some point. Perry had sex with her 3 times, but he used the same condom all 3 times. No big deal. It took 3 hours. Sam waited outside. They all three went back to Sam's apartment. When Kim asked to go to the bathroom, Sam asked Perry if he could also have sex with her, to which Perry said,
No,
no. Okay, so if you have any last minute questions from the chat, I'll pass them along. But
he respected me over it. I mean, he was just happy
did
to
you
see
answer
that I
this?
got
How old
laid.
was Kim? You answered that, right? You said she was 21.
I think Kim was 20 or 21, I believe.
Okay.
I believe she was like 4 or 5 years older than me. But it was the surprise of getting my balls grabbed from behind
Yeah.
by this girl.
Uh, okay. What did Kim look like?
She was, if I remember correctly, she was a chunky blonde. Um, chunky blonde. I don't even. Kind of like a beach girl. Just from Seal Beach. You're all when you're a chunky, when you're a blonde, whether you're super fit or kind of on the chunky side. She was attractive. She had the beach face. That
Okay.
lovable
Here's a fair question.
Seal Beach look.
Where did you get rid of the condom after you were finished in the car?
Just threw it in the dumpster.
There was a dumpster there, so you didn't throw it in the street.
Yeah,
You
I
made sure
said
not
that
to put it. Okay. Well,
I
that's
said we parked off the dumpsters.
Okay, so that's not. Well, some people wouldn't do
This
that.
was 1980. Again, 1980,
Well, you were young.
when they allowed us to park outside the gas station. Now you'll fucking get towed.
Somebody in the chat says that you're a scammer and a liar, and this story is made up. I don't think that's true.
Bullshit. She came on the fucking stream. How was it made up?
Exactly.
Stupid ass.
Uh,
I was
somebody,
surprised to even see or hear from her.
somebody wants to know beach girl or beach ball. Oh, that's Bob Levy. Shout out Bob Levy's in the chat. He wants to know beach girl or beach ball.
What do you mean beach ball? She was a beach girl. She was from Seal Beach. Was she as fat as a ball? No, she wasn't. I don't remember how heavy she was. She was kind of chunky. I do remember that. Rob Levy, if you're in my chat, thank you, brother. It's a pleasure.
All right. Any other
Man.
last?
Wow.
I'm sorry. This was a huge detour. We don't usually go off on like this.
Now here's another surprise. Here's another surprise I'm going to fill you folks in on.
Oh, please.
The band Oingo Boingo again played out at UCI Irvine in the basketball stadium. Okay. What year was that? I'm thinking between 1984 and 1985. I'm not sure. It could
Let's not get too deep in the weeds here, Perry. Again, we've been in this trench for a long time, so let's.
Okay, well, real quick. I'm standing in line to get tickets. Okay, there's a young lady in front of me with a young boy. I don't know if it's her son, her nephew, her cousin, whatever. Well, we're all being pushed. Some people fell on their asses. I grabbed onto the girl. She grabbed onto the boy, and I held them up from falling on their ass. All right. We all of a sudden became friendly. Excuse me. That evening, we started kissing. Then after the Boingo Boingo concert, I walked with them out to their vehicle. I got their phone number, or got her phone number. Her name was Eileen. She lived over by the Santa Anita or one of the horse racetracks off of the 405 and 605. I forget the name of the racetrack. I know it's Santa Anita's up over in Pasadena, if I'm right. Anywho, Eileen was her name, and I was with her for about 6 months. And now I'm in the weeds. Get me out of the weeds, please. We're gonna end this stream.
I felt those weeds coming up, so we were getting in the weeds a little bit. But okay, that's a very interesting story. I'm sure we'll revisit it in some form of fashion. How many of these stories do you have left in you? Because there's like the poop story. There's a number of them that have come out in recent years that I've never heard. So how many of these stories do you have left in your repertoire?
Enough.